Hey guys, welcome back to the course. In this video we're going to design a project from A to Z. And so open Figma, go over here, start a new file, new project. And we're going to do a chat app. It's a great project to showcase clients. I found one that's really beautiful that I'm about to show you in a second on Dribble. And we're going to copy over a chat app. So our chat app, just call it chat app. And then as you remember, you go over here to the frame tool and you're going to pick an iPhone. So we're going to do a mobile chat app. Let's go with the iPhone 8. And that's it. You got the first screen. We're going to create two screens actually. So go back to the frame tool and click again iPhone 8 screen. So now we got two screens. And let's go right now to Dribble. This is in, this link is in the files. And so what we're going to copy over is this screen, the main chat app. And let me show you, the other screen is the team screen. So 1 and 2, these two. So let's get started with the actual chat. So it's a little bit hard to see over here because it's not high res. But as you can see, there's like messages from one person, then there's like the chat bot that sends you a little message, and then there's a little here, a checklist. I guess that's a kind of a to-do, and then the messaging. So let's go over one by one. Let's start with the header. So let's go back to Figma, and we can hide this for now with the eye over here. Go over here, and then go to the rectangle tool. And let's create the header. So you just drag, and here's the header. Let's see if it's more or less the same. Yeah. Okay, so let's make it's white. And now you're not going to see anything, but once you add a drop shadow, remember over here in effects, you're going to see it. You see it raises it up. So usually with drop shadows on a white background, you want to create blur of around 30, and then on the Y, which is the going down, you want to have like 2. 4 is actually okay as well. But the most important is that you reduce the shadow so it's not too heavy and doesn't look corny. So you see I reduced it to about, I would say 10%. No, let's go with 8. You see it's very light, it's subtle, it's not too aggressive. You don't want to have drop shadows that are extremely, too much out there. So let's go back here. You see his shadow is even less. You could barely see it. I don't even think he has, but let's reduce it even more. Let's go with 6. And then now the background is not white. Actually, as you could see, it's a little bit gray. Now this is in the tool section. This is if you have a Mac, for Windows, there's in the tool section as well other ways to pick colors, but this color picker tool is something I use all the time. It's a great tool, and what it does is that it just could steal the color of, copy the color of a project. So as you see here on the bottom left, it just looks for so it just tells you the color, and then in a pixel manner. So you click on it, and then it gives you a couple of options here. So it shows you exactly the color coding of that specific background, or any color for that matter. So this is it. I'm going to grab it, and it copies it into your clipboard. And then you're going to go here, you're going to press on the frame, and right here in the background you're going to put in the color coding and press enter, and there you go. You see it's like a light gray. Okay, cool. So we got this part, we got the background, we got the header, and let's make the header a little bit wide. Increase the height. I think it's like around 60, right? Yeah. Now the next step is to add this title and the 23 members below. Let's do that. What was the title say? Paper Spaces Project. Oh, let's call it our chat app. Okay. Command A to select all, and let's go with the bold, and let's make it bigger. Let's go with what would you, this is like about 615. Let's go with 15. And you know what? It looks like it's not bold, it's like a lighter bold, so let's go with semi-bold or medium. Yep, I think this is good. Now, usually you don't want with copy to be black. The default is black, but black is not a good, I mean, in certain projects you can have completely black text, but I would say to go with like, it's nice to go with like a shading of black. So like you see a shading of blue black, it looks a lot better in my opinion, and a lot of designers will do that. So I would say go with that. Let's go with this one. And then below it, as you can see, there's like, it tells you the members. So let's push that up a little bit and hit Option and Pull. So you can copy that and then highlight it again and go to regular. Let's make it smaller, way smaller, 12. And let's write 12 members. And since it's now you want to differentiate, you want to have hierarchy, so the copy below shouldn't be the same color as the copy above. So with that, you want to go a lot lighter. Also, it's not that important to have, you know, it's not as important as the title, so it's okay if it's not as visible as the title. So I would go with a very light shading like that, and let's push it down to have some space around so it's easier on the eyes. And let's grab these two and push it up a little bit. Now, what is the next step? What do we want to copy over? So the next is that avatar, the logo of the company. So let's go over here, ellipse tool, and let's hold the shift button and pull it up. I would say, yeah, 42 is a great size. And push it a little bit to the left, like this. And let's push that a little bit to the right. Okay, and I think that's good enough. Now grab the ellipse and let's do, you remember this, we can do gradients. So let's remember here in the drop down, you can go to the linear gradient, click on that, and now you got a gradient. So now the direction of the gradient usually will, every project is different. So you see the direction here is from left to right. You see how here it's darker, here it's like a darker pink, and then it goes to like an orangey, like hot pink to orange-ish. Also here is, well, here it's like bottom to top, so you see left bottom to top right. So always make sure in the project, based on what the client wants or what you think looks good, you could change the direction. You see here it's left to right as well, like here. So let's go to left to right. So left to right will mean like you push this up. You see how it's aligning perfectly the line, and then take this one and push it down. You see how it's perfectly aligned, it's from left to right. Now we got a linear gradient, and the next step is picking the color. So let's go to the color picker and go over here, and you see we'll go right over the hot pink to grab that a little bit to the, there you go. Okay, we got this, and well, I'll put it on the left side, right here. And you see it's on 0, so you want to go on 100. 0 is like transparent. And in some cases there is transparent like gradients where one side is transparent, one side is a color. Now let's grab the color from the right side. Isn't that awesome? You see how easy it is to do this? Here you go. We got the right side. And boom, we're done. Click X, you see? We got the same exact thing. Now, as you can see, there's more spacing. Now you want to copy it exactly, so there's more spacing from the top to bottom and left side, so I would increase even more the header size. Let's do 70. And then let's push this to give it, make sure it's aligned. And let's take these two, push it down. There you go. Now, we're not going to do the same logo. This is not a logo course. So for now, just we'll put a word on top of this. So let's put A. And remember, you don't need to become a logo designer to start making six figures in design. I don't know how to, I mean, I can create logos, but I never created logos for clients. So don't get pushed by different sides to you're learning UI design, you want to be proficient in that, and this is exactly what we're doing right now. We're going through the steps of that. So let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's make it bold. Actually medium. Now this is an important trick. If you grab the A and you with command, you could grab the element below it so they're both highlighted. And as you can see here, it's for the alignments. So align center and then align vertical centers. So you see it pushes it down, so it's perfectly aligned top to from all sides. Okay, perfect. We have the header now. I think there's a, oh yeah, you see there's something missing here. You can barely see it, but it's like the lines. It's like those three circles are indication of menus. So when you tap on that, it's supposed to show you like some sort of menu, like settings or change the title or whatever. But so let's add that. Again, the goal of this video is to copy something over completely. So I'm using Nucleo. It's in the section of all the tools. This is an awesome app because it gives you all the icons for free. You could pay also, like, I think it's like $50, and they give you all the even more icons that in the free icon set, which I think is worth it. Okay, so what are we looking for? Let's see if menu will show up. No. Circles. No. You know what? Let's just pick up this menu. It's a little bit different, but let's just do that. Let's push it here. And let's change the fill to, let's make it a little bit lighter. Like that. Perfect. Now we have a header. Next step is to, I just realized that shadow is too strong. I want to reduce it even more. Maybe make it a blue shading so that it's less visible. There you go. I want it to barely be visible, but still give a little tiny effect. Okay, cool. Awesome. We got a header. This looks great. Now we need to create the chat bubbles. So the chat bubbles, it's hard to see from here, but as you can see here, they have rounded corners, and here it seems like it's squared. So this corner is squared, these are rounded. So, and you see also here it's squared this side and the rest is rounded. Now this is very easy to do in Figma. You just go here, you create a rectangle. Let's see the size that we want. You see it's not full size, so we'll keep some padding over here. So let's do this. This is a good size. Now over here, you see you click on this button and it gives you every single, now you can round the corners of just a specific corner. So in our case, we want to round only bottom left, bottom right, and top right. So let's do that. This one. Okay, so we want to go with let's go with 6. 6 here as well. And 6 here. You know what, maybe even more, so that it's really defined. Let's go to 8. 8 on each one. 8 here. See? Perfect. Now, it kind of looks like a chat bubble. Pretty cool. Next step is to make it white, and this one definitely has a drop shadow. So you know what, now that I see it, actually there's no drop shadow on the header, so let's remove it completely. And the reason for this is it will give the chat bubbles more highlight. It will push it forward, and this will be more in the background, the header. So I think this is cool, like the way he did it. So let's go over here, and press minus here on the effects. And it will remove the drop shadow from the header. Let's go here, let's change the fill to white, and let's go to effects plus, and let's add a blur of 20, and here let's leave it on 4. Let's make it a darker shading, and then reduce the strength of the color, make it more transparent. 6 is perfect. See how nice this is? Okay, awesome. So now next step is to put in a name and a little description below, and then the picture of the person. So the name over here, let's go Michael, enter your name, let's make it 12. Okay, remember we're going to take the color of this title. Make sure that in designs you have to be very consistent. Everything has to be the same. You can't have a title here that's one shading of dark, and here it's a completely different one. So make sure they're all similar. Okay, perfect. You got that going. Now, next step is to add a little description below it. So we could put fake text. Remember, in chat apps, it's not important to have real text. So Google lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum is just a famous fake copy. This is a lorem ipsum generator. Let's generate lorem ipsum. Let's copy a little bit over here and go back here. Go to the text tool and Command V. Copy that and perfect. Now this is way too bold. A bold is good for the one above. Let's go with a regular and let's increase that to line height. Remember, the reason why it's important to add line height, you see how tight it is? And you want to make it easy on their eyes to read. So I usually always go with 130 or 140 or 160, depends, but I think here will be probably 140 will be enough. See, that like that, that looks good. Okay, perfect. Let's delete a little bit. It's too many lines here. Let's go like this. Okay, perfect. All right, now let's make this bold. And let's change the color of that to light. So we want to remember, so the title should be darker and the body should be lighter so that there's a visual hierarchy, a difference that you could tell between the two. So let's first pick that one and then make it lighter, like that. Perfect. Let's align it. Okay. Now let's grab these 3 elements and right click and do group, because you want your layers here to be clean. So group the selection and then double tap, rename the group to bubble. And now you can either right click and duplicate. Where's the duplicate? It's different in every app, but the easier way to do it is to just go here and hold Alt and drag. It's so weird that there's no duplicate. There used to be like group selection, flatten, outline, use mask, create mask, copy style. Well, I guess I guess the way you do it here is you just have to just grab Option or Alt and then grab it and it'll duplicate it. Okay, cool. So we got 2 over here, and the next step is to create the little avatar here. Let's close this. So you see the little avatar over here, and I'll show you a cool trick to do that. Let's push this a little bit down, and let's create a circle here. Let's make it smaller this time. So let's go with 40 by 40. You know what? Even smaller than that. Let's do 38, 36. Perfect. Okay, now this is an important thing to do. So you're going to look for an image. Let's put, who could we put? Let's say Michael Jackson. And let's grab this, I guess, kind of creepy image, just for learning purposes. And download, save as, and then go to Figma. And we've done this before, it's masking, so you just drag it in right here and make it smaller. Start dragging it with the shift by holding shift to make it the size that you want. Now go to the circle by clicking command and highlight both of them. Right click and use as mask. And that's it. See how easy that is? Now you can go on the image and just change the location of it so it's perfectly centered. You can even make it smaller, which will probably look better in this case. And there you go. Perfect. Straight. All right, we got this part in. Next step is to, we want to create this chat bot, kind of like little chat that says already did that. I guess that's kind of like a to-do list in this case. So we'll just duplicate. So you see this thing, it says there's 29 spacing between. Usually you want it to be identical, so 30. I'll push it one down and two down over here. So let's see if it's 30 and 30, perfect. And let's delete this copy here. Already did that. And let's make it small. Let's make this smaller, like in the example in the design. So we'll make it 56, I guess. Perfect. Let's align this in the center, top, bottom, and push it up. We're getting there. We're very close. You see how beautiful this is coming out? I really like it. Okay. Now a cool trick is we don't want to create the gradient again. Redo this whole thing. So all you got to do is go over here, right click, copy copy style, okay, and then click on that, right click, and paste style. Okay, so it does it for you. See, you don't have to redo that whole thing again. And since it's the same exact gradient like we saw in the screenshot, then we don't need to reinvent the wheel here. Let's put that in white so we could see it well. As you can see, it's white over here. Actually, never mind. Yes, it's pink to orange as well here. Okay, now the other ones are going to be really easy to do. All we have to do is copy this bubble. Let's create a group of this as well. Group selection. So not this bubble. So let's call this the chat bubble. Group selection. Okay, now we're going to copy this one over. Perfect, it's all aligned 30, 30, 30. Okay, we want to change the image here though. This is someone else, indicating someone else. So let's remove Michael Jackson's picture. And let's go to Elon Musk. Download this picture. We're very close to finishing this project. And here we go. Ooh, this is large. Yeah, sometimes when you pull in images, you'll see that Figma somehow like really pulls in really large. So you have to watch how you have to zoom out with Command plus or minus. in order to make it smaller, as you saw what I just did. Let's go back and create a mask here. And this looks good enough. We'll just push it to this left. Perfect. Okay, now let's change the name here, Elon. And let's add the chat side, the chat part. Wait, let's make sure we're doing everything exactly the same. Okay, so here he has a little plus, sorry, a check mark. So that means it's kind of like, I guess it's a type of chat that also signifies that the user did an action, complete an action. So we'll just copy this over. And let's make the whole chat a little bit longer. We don't have space anymore. And in this case, the bubble of the person is inside the chat box. So let's remove that. Let's make this one line. Okay, let's grab this image, put it here. And let's make it short. Let's reduce the height. Perfect. Let's just align it. What I love about Figma is that it does you see how it shows you that it's perfectly aligned in the center with those lines? This is hands down my favorite part of Figma. It's so much better than Photoshop. You guys are lucky to not have to learn Photoshop, and I even think Sketch. A lot of people use Sketch. Sketch is definitely better than Photoshop, but I still think that Figma is superior. It's just so easy to use, and it's really a delight. Let's make this one a little bit perfect. Okay, cool. We got that done. We could change the image here as well. Actually, let's just leave it. It's fine. Let's go to, now that's it. We're going to add this little check mark by going here, adding a little tiny circle. Let's do 32 is perfect. See, it's aligned. Let's make it white. Let's add a drop shadow. Once again, let's do, usually 20 to 30, like I said, is a good, always great. Okay, what do we have to pick the color here, dark shading so it matches the background. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to go to Checkmark over here in Nuclear app. Okay, so these are not similar to the one that we see over here. Let me show you guys a cool website that has tons and tons of, it's called Icon Finder. It has almost every icon you can think about. It's in the tool section as well. Oh wow, their site is down. Well, there's a lot of sites that provide. Let's go to Checkmark. Okay, let's take this one. Perfect. Okay, let's go back to Figma. I have it here in the downloads, Checkmark. Put it here. And let's align it center. Perfect. We got a check mark. Now the last thing is really the little box over here, the input. So this will be pretty easy. All we have to do, as you see, it's a white background, which signifies the input. So we'll just drag another right here. Let's do 78. Okay, make it white. And add a little enter message here. Dot, dot, dot. Let's make this lighter. Sorry, let's stick to the light over here. Let's make it 14. And that's it. This is ready for you to show to the world as a portfolio item. You got a chat app. You saw we did this in about 15, 20 minutes. This was really quick. You know, it's very, very easy to do. I want you guys to go on in your homework, and like I said, put it in the video. I want you to see. I want to see what kind of projects you copied, and would love to see that. And like I said, I will send you guys Dribble invites. The first 5 will send me projects that they copied over from Dribble. But that's it. We're done with that. If you want, you can create. I want to challenge you to finish this project by duplicating this. Actually, sorry. Yeah, just duplicate here and create this part right here. So I will create with you guys right now the first just one over here with this gradient, because I want you guys to create the other gradients with the color picker and everything that I've, like the way I've done, and the little box over here to add a team with a plus sign. I want you guys to create that on your own. So let's just create the first one. We can delete everything here. Delete this. So Figma gets buggy sometimes. You have to quit it. So right now I can't. There's an issue with deleting. This happens all the time. You have to just open it and, close it and reopen it again. That's really the only thing that I've seen that's wrong with Figma. Sometimes okay, let's see if, you see now it's deleting. So it was just a little bug. Let's delete this, and this as well. Wait, did they have a header over there? No, no header. So it's just the title, a little description below it. Here you go. Perfect. Now, let's turn this one into a box like that. I think this is great. Probably 2, so there's spacing for more projects. Let's make that fully rounded, since it's not a chat bubble. There you go. It's all rounded perfectly. Here we will create the name. So name of team. Let's make it bold and bigger. Perfect. Now, all you have to do is continue adding all the other 4 boxes here and add on top of it the icon, and, well, you don't need to do the little icons in there, but at least the avatar, the fake avatar, and you could put a letter like we did over here. But finish that, duplicate it, and, and share it on the chat or email it to me. I want to see what you guys have done. Align it, of course, you want to align it over here. And that's it, guys, we're done. But we created a beautiful, as you can see how easy it is to create designs. You know, we've done this beautiful, again, think about it. You copied something over that people loved. Like there was 3,600 views on this. This guy's a top designer. So you're able to copy something from the best designer in the game, and you've done something that's exactly the same. If clients saw that, they would have think you've been doing design for years, but you haven't. And like I said, that's really the secret to becoming the best. Is you want to do this over and over and over again. And the more you do it, the more you have projects to display. the more clients will think, oh wow, this guy's an amazing designer. So finish this part out and copy the 5 projects that I told you in the previous video. Look for a screenshot on Dribble related to the categories that I told you, and trust me, already there, you're leaps and bounds already in the top 5% of designers out there. Because I'm actually surprised of how many designers have like they have really crappy, ugly designs that they display to the world because they try to do things on their own. They didn't have I guess they have ego, and they didn't want to feel like they copied something from someone else, and their designs look terrible. This is not the way you want to. Again, you want to copy from the best because you're going to look like them. You're going to look like the best. So finish this project, finish this screen, and then I'll see you guys in the next section. The next section is going to be really exciting because I'm going to teach you how to find jobs in the design world, and even better, how to have employers come to you. I actually, most of the 90% of the jobs that I've got, it was from people coming to me, from employers giving me offers, whether it's for TopTal, which is a remote company. The founder hit me up. I didn't even have to approach them. And I'll teach you all these tricks in the next videos. But thanks a lot for sticking out until now and finishing all these videos. I'm excited to go over the next section and teach you guys how to find great projects, high-paying projects. Thanks a lot, and see you guys in the next video.